Hey, it's Jan Malone, your dementia mentor here, and today we're going to look a little deeper into what memory loss really looks like. As I said last week, I think we get caught up in, oh, I just don't know who you are. I don't remember your name or your face. But memory loss is a whole lot more than that, and today we're going to talk about a few of those. So one thing that you may notice is they begin to dress inappropriately. Okay, we've talked about they're not acclimated to it being summer or winter and not wearing appropriate clothing. But the real reality is they may not remember the order in which clothing is put on anymore. So in this picture, you can see that the woman is putting her underwear on over the top of her pants. Now, I believe my mom probably holds the world's record for having 7 Depends on at one time, one over the top of the other. So we see she's got her underwear over her underpants, but we've also talked about that she might be wearing a jacket in the middle of summer, or she doesn't want to wear a jacket in the middle of a blizzard. The other thing is they may not recognize themselves in the mirror. You can see that the old man looking into the mirror still sees himself as the young chemist. And this is truly a very common thing. If you go into memory care facilities, you may notice that many of them do not have any mirrors around the facility or any mirrors in the bathroom. And depending on where they are within their journey is depending on how they may see themselves. It's part of why they may not recognize you when you come to visit. If they are currently in a time frame that they believe that they're in high school, hopefully they didn't even have any kids to know why you're suddenly calling them mom or dad. Another issue that you will quite often see in patients with dementia is their vision begins to change. And we'll talk in depth about vision at a later time. But one of the things I want to caution you is that their depth perception is so far off, and that a dark rug may appear as a hole in the ground. So many of us keep rugs by our front door, our back door to wipe our feet. And for someone with dementia, that can become a real issue. That dark hole, they think that they need to step over it. And if they have vascular dementia and issues with their gait or walking, and they try to step over that hole or the rug, you may find yourself with a dementia person with a broken hip. Language may also become a real problem. They may have difficulties finding the words they're looking for. We talked about this in an earlier segment. They may be able to describe, the thing in the sky, it's yellow, it puts out heat, the sun, but they may not be able to get to that word, and that may become very much a part of their whole language pattern is they're trying to tell you things. Also, their language may be filled with a lot of no-no words and vulgar language. So, sweet old men and women who have never said a curse word in their life, they begin pulling from a different area of their brain where you store those no-no words. And when they can't find, oh, darn it, it may become, oh, damn it. And that may be the nice part of it. The vulgar language, if you've ever heard somebody, gosh, you go into a nursing home and these old men and women are talking like sailors, well, this now explains why. you may start noticing that they're having issues interacting with you and with others. So let's think about that. If you have always played bridge or poker with your friends and you can no longer remember how to play the game, rather than to embarrass yourself, probably the easiest thing is to just withdraw. And you think of all the social interactions that we have, this should be a red flag. Why don't they want to go square dancing? Why don't they want to go to sewing group? Because it's easier to hide what you don't know than to put it out there for everyone to see. You may also notice that they begin losing their filter and saying things that are not nice. So I think of people who have always been sweet and kind, and you see them and they're like, "Oh, you're fat. Oh, I don't like your hair like that. Oh, that's an ugly shirt you have on." Just a few examples of things that they can say that may be really how they're feeling, but certainly not appropriate and certainly the disease speaking. Sleep may become a big, big issue. Just like a baby, they sleep at odd times. Maybe they're sleeping too much during the day so that they don't want to sleep at night. And it's really hard to regulate an adult and tell them when they can and cannot sleep. Many times, because they have slept all day or many, many cat naps, they want to be up all night long. And you, as the caregiver, are dramatically affected by that. They may become much harder to handle as the sun sets. This is known as sundowning, and we'll talk more about sundowning in another video and ways to help combat sundowning. It's really important to remember that it's the disease, not the person, that's causing these changes in their brain, and that they are not intentionally trying to make your life harder or to be uncooperative. And when you're tired because you haven't slept, and when they ask you the same questions over and over and over, sometimes it's really hard to remember that it's the disease. And when you get to that point, take a little time out for yourself. Even if it's locking yourself in the bathroom for 15 minutes. And think back to the pictures that I've shown you of the brain as it is getting smaller and smaller, and the lack of capacity that they have to remember to do the things that they should or should not. There are 7 stages of dementia. You will commonly hear this called the Global Deterioration Scale. However, Teepa Snow, who is very well known in the dementia world, refers to these stages as GEMS. Truly, any way you look at these stages, each one takes you deeper and deeper into memory loss. I hope you enjoyed today's educational moment. Please check back next week. We're going to talk a little bit more about what memory loss looks like and caregiver burnout. I'm going to give you tips and tricks on how to navigate through this journey so that you don't burn out so quickly. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up and tap on that button if you enjoyed what you saw today. Also, please share my video with your family and friends. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.